Football is brought to you today by Reading and Bates, the offshore drilling company, by Thomas Cadillac, by Antiques Incorporated, Highway 62 in Muskogee, by Getty Refining and Marketing and your local Skelly dealer, and by the Albert Equipment Company, your Caterpillar dealer.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Golden Hurricane Football as the University of Tulsa. What a big victory, 20-10 over Florida in Gainesville, Florida. Coach Cooper, congratulations. Had to be one of the biggest football victories ever for the University of Tulsa.
Chris, it was a great win. We're all smiling this week. I tell you, it makes doing these shows a lot easier when you win. So we had a great week of practice, and it was just a great win over a good football team. Not a great team, but a good, solid football team.
Got a couple players who want you to meet. Down to our left here is former Florida Gator himself, Don Blackman, All-American defensive end candidate. Don, I know for you it had to be sweet revenge to go home and get a game like that.
Yes, definitely. It was like I said, I was inspired going home playing in front of the hometown folks, and it just did something for me going home.
What did the folks think, when Tulsa came to town there? I know that they must have thought they had their first win of the season locked up.
Yeah, I think they'd already put it on the win column. We kind of shocked them a little bit.
But a great win for him, and of course on the offensive side of the ball, what a job this young man did. Quinn Jones, running back for the University of Tulsa. And Quinn, you had yourself quite an afternoon and got a big run to get Tulsa off to an early start.
Yes, and it was a great victory to have a win of, and it makes you feel better when you come home with a win.
Well, I'll tell you, it makes it, as Coach said, a lot easier to do shows like this. And we have, of course, highlights, first half action of the University of Tulsa and the Florida Gators. And we'll get right to them in just a moment.
Hello, I'm Jim Lake. I'm driving a 1930 solid copper-bodied Rolls-Royce Henley Roadster. This is one of 65 of the world's finest cars, which you will see when you visit Antiques Incorporated's Auto Museum in Muskogee.
An adventure into automotive history. See the excellent craftsmanship on some of yesterday's greatest automobiles. That's the Antiques Incorporated Car Museum, Highway 62 in Muskogee.
Coupe de Ville, the automobile beyond the future. Long, low, lovely, and beautifully ahead of the times. The Cadillac Coupe de Ville, world's most popular luxury car for 1980, offers new innovative styling and technology that has made its success a tradition. Coupe de Ville, the most advanced ever built, right for the times and every inch a Cadillac. At Thomas Cadillac, 3939 South Memorial.
On your way, you're gonna be okay. We're with you night and day, never far from where you are. Now you're going places, and come home from home with faces. The emphasis on you, getting you there. That's the reason for everything we do. When you're going places, there's Bank of Oklahoma.
Most everyone knows Albert Equipment is the Eastern Oklahoma dealer for big cat-built products, such as this D10 tractor. But did you know we also sell small machines? The D3 crawler, the 910 wheel loader, the 931 track loader, and this JCB backhoe loader. Don't forget, we sell small machines too. For a demonstration, give us a call or drop by Albert Equipment.
Florida, and oh, what a nice place to go about any time of year, Coach. And I know it was quite a trip for a lot of fans, and quite a few Tulsa fans went.
We took quite a few fans with us on our chartered airline, had a 100-passenger plane, Chris, so we took quite a few of our fans. We had our cheerleaders down, made a lot of noise. Over 60,000 people watched the Golden Hurricane play the Gators, so it was a great win.
And of course, as we mentioned earlier, Coach, there's no doubt about it, Florida, a struggling team. They had not won a football game. Imagine they felt pretty confident.
They felt pretty confident. Their coach before the ball game, Charlie Pell, there's Vance Rule there, one of the Golden Hurricane fans who makes a lot of noise at the ball games. But Charlie Pell felt like they're going to have an easy ball game. Stu Crum kicks off. I tell you, they have some super athletes. There's a fine tackle by Lovey Smith there to save a touchdown on the opening kickoff.
They turned it 23 yards to get things started. There's Charlie Pell. Guy left Clemson to take what should be a good Florida job. What's been their problem?
Well, it's going to be a good job. I think Florida's one of the best 10 jobs in the country, Chris. They've got fine athletes. You can see right here, number 7, a freshman quarterback, makes a 19-yard run. They came out here all inspired to start the ball game, and I was proud of the way our defensive team fought they accepted their challenge there and got the ball back. Big play right there by number 49, Don Blackman. Very proud of Don Blackman, going down to Florida, playing before his hometown folks, and I tell you, Don played another fine football game.
Don, you mentioned a lot of relatives were up to see you.
Yes, I had my mother, my brother, my sister, sister-in-law, and, like you said, numerous relatives. And I was very inspired going to the game. It was just a good feeling playing in front of folks.
There's a big third down play by Kenny Jackson, our quarterback, sophomore quarterback, number 7, hitting Paul Johns, number 3. 14-yard gain and a first down. Here's a big play here by Quinn Jones, number 33.
All right. Quinn, we're going to see this one on replay again, but tell us about it. How'd you break that one so quickly against this Florida team?
Well, I saw one of my offensive guards coming in front of me, and I followed him right before the line, and I thought I was going to go all the way, but somehow the guy caught me from behind. I didn't see him.
Quinn, I know it's had to be in many ways a frustrating season for you. I know you were expecting better things coming back from that injury.
Yes, I was. I've been down and up. I'm injury prone and everything, but I'm trying to come back, and make it win.
I tell you, nobody's prouder of Quinn Jones than I am. Quinn Jones has worked extremely hard. He came off a severe knee injury last year, and this was his finest ball game of the season. There's a fine block by Ken Sessions, number 43. Kenny Jackson picks up good yardage on the corner. 8-yard gain.
University of Tulsa on the drive. First time they've touched the ball against Florida.
This is the second week in a row we've taken the opening drive right down the field and got some points on the scoreboard. And let's give a lot of credit, Quinn, to our offensive line. I thought our offensive line did an outstanding job yesterday. And Florida is a good defensive football team. This is the same Florida team that Houston beat 14-10 in the Astrodome early in the season.
Stu Crum, and boy, I know Stu, of course, wanted to kind of make up for some, and he got a good one there.
The 25-yard field goal just put the middle of the uprights. Again, there's a good shot of their Golden Hurricane cheerleaders.
Quite a drive, 70 yards, 11 plays. Tulsa goes to get their first 3 points. It's 3-0 against Florida.
Good kickoff here by Stu Crum. The thing it does, Chris, when you get on the scoreboard early like that, take the opening drive down the score, it really gives your defense a lot of confidence. I think our defense and offensive teams right now are playing together better as a unit than we have at any time so far this season.
Florida Gators, this is their second possession now. Pick it up with a 2nd down and 5.
There's our freshman quarterback and a fine tackle by Robert Tennant. Robert had about 15 tackles again yesterday. Number 53, our junior linebacker.
3rd down and 5 for Florida.
Florida's got a great wide receiver. This Collinsworth that we'll be seeing more of as the game goes on. Here's a pass intended for Collinsworth, incomplete. Our secondary right now, Chris, is leading the conference in pass defense. We got a good rush here, and there's Don Blackman, number 49, defending on the play. Eugene Williams, number 14, putting good heat on the quarterback.
They had to punt it away. Tulsa now pick it up 3rd and 9 for TU.
Good throw by Jackson going to Ken Lacey, our fine freshman running back, and you can see what kind of second effort Lacey gives on the play, number 5.
Got 12 yards at a 1st down for TU. Now pick it up with a 2nd down and 5.
Ken Jackson here. Jackson had a sore hip in the ball game. Didn't run the football as effectively as we thought he should, but he did a good job directing our offense. Again, I mentioned we didn't have any turnovers yesterday.
Tulsa had to punt it away. 2nd and 9 for the Gators here at their own 37.
There's another tackle by Don Blackman. Bill Purifoy, 93. That's Eugene Williams there, number 14, when he's back to the camera. Bob Laird, number 65. Don Purifoy, 92. That's Lovey Smith, number 4, making the tackle right here. Good swarming defense. Our defense is really inspired, really fired up.
Don, play anything different against Florida? Was it pretty much just Tulsa defense?
It was just Tulsa defense. We didn't put anything new in because we felt like every time we didn't play defense as well as we could. So we just went in and played base defense.
Chris, Don did a great job last week working with our defense, getting our defense ready to play too. So let's give him a little credit there with his leadership. Almost blocked his kick. We've got to block this kind. That's Steve Cox right there, number 58, roughing the kicker, but we came real close to blocking one. Coach Mike Knowles been working with our special teams on blocking punts. We'll get one before the season's over, Chris.
We'll get right into second quarter action now of Florida and TU, and the Golden Hurricane jumping out in front of Florida. 3-0 at the end of the first quarter.
3-0, and this turned into a physical ball game. Florida's got a good defensive football team. Of course, we have good confidence in our defensive team. So it's turned into a hitting contest right now. That's Ken Sessions picking up 6 yards. Sesh got hurt yesterday, got his ankle hurt, did not play in the second half, but he was running real tough early in the ball game.
Let's talk about that offensive line. They've been criticized some this year, but they did a pretty good job for you yesterday.
Yes, I'm really proud of them. They really came off the ball and blocked for us.
Were you impressed with the Florida defense?
Yes, they had some strong guys that was really physical on the linebacker. I met up with one in the hole one time.
There's the TU sideline there.
It's Mark Wojciechowski on the sideline, Jay Kane, along with Mike Knoll, Mel Foles.
What's the report on Kenny Sessions? He's helped off there.
Ken had his ankle as a precautionary move, had his ankle in the cast coming back on the plane. Ray Bickerstaff, our trainer, says he thinks Sessions will be able to practice on Tuesday. There's a fine run on a third down play by Quinn Jones on a draw play. Again, good blocking by our offensive line. Steve Nicholson, Chris Kelly, Steve Orndeck, Darrell Blackwood, Denver Johnson, Anthony James.
Tulsa had to give the football up. Florida with a 1st and 10 at the Florida 22. Oh, big hole.
I'll tell you what, this is a fine run by a young back from Florida, and this is great effort by Lonnie Davis, our number 40, saving a touchdown.
Boy, Lonnie came a long way for that one.
Came a long way, made a great effort. That's the mark of a good defensive football team, Chris, when you have people running to the ball.
What's that, a banana?
Yeah, you got me. I started to say it's an alligator, but it doesn't look like an alligator there, Don. How about that?
It's a Florida banana, I guess. All right.
I'm on defense. There's Lovie Smith, number 4, getting there.
They're going to have to try a field goal now, 50-yard. Oh, tried a little fake shuttle pass there.
They tried a little shuffle pass there on the fake field goal. We got good penetration there by our defensive line and broke the play up.
It was on a 4th and 8.
That's Dirk Bornkamp, number 73, making a big play. I think Tennant got penetration. And Alvin Simpkins came in strong. Let's give Alvin some credit. He's another Florida player.
Over there. Tom Blackman got a little help. Who's that?
Robert Tennant, number 53. A little fired up right there.
Loss of 8 on that play.
Coach Foles put in a little blitz. There's Vance Rule. Vance and his wife Shirley made the trip with us. Coach Foles put in a little blitz that really helped our defense last week. We brought our linebacker and Ian from the same side and put good pressure on their quarterback.
Florida again not able to move against that tough Tulsa defense. Had to punt it away, and Simmons with the return.
Chuck Simmons did a great job handling punts and almost breaks this one. Picks up about an 18-yard gain. Did a fine job.
1st and 10, Tulsa at the TU 40-yard line, leading 3-0 here in the second quarter.
As I mentioned, we're playing a lot of backs. This Kenny Jackson going out in the flat there to Lacey. Lacey breaks a couple of tackles, picks up about 6 yards.
Coach, that young man's really starting to come on.
Going to be a fine football player. Got a lot of character, works hard.
3rd and 7, Tulsa.
Here's a draw play to Paul Robinson. Paul played a little bit in the ball game yesterday, picks up good yardage there, 9 yards.
Got a first down. Tulsa not able to move later in this drive, had to punt it away. You see some of the color in Gainesville, Florida.
We're going into the wind there in the second quarter, and Florida has the ball right at the end of the first half here.
Got to show the coach in action here.
I got to show my hands over there. Threw it right in my hands.
Good grab, Coach. Out of bounds is signaling. Pretty good grab, Coach Cooper there. That's the way the first half ended, as the University of Florida trailing the University of Tulsa 3-0. Coach, that must have been an exciting locker room intermission break. Well, the guys had to feel confident.
We felt very good, Chris, but we felt like our offensive staff got together. We felt like we were definitely going to have to score a touchdown and win a ball game because they had such explosive athletes. They're not a great offensive football team, but they've got some people who can hit the home run at any time.
We're going to be back to bring you second half highlights as the Florida Gators take on the Golden Hurricane from Tulsa when the John Cooper Show continues after this.
When you work around the world, you need a good city to call home. That's why Reading and Bates is headquartered in Tulsa. Tulsa's a great place to relax. Take in the theater. Or surround yourself with beautiful things. In Tulsa, you can walk through the Old West as seen by Remington, Russell, or Moran. Or enter a changing world demanding new fields of study, like energy law and American business enterprise. Tulsa is vital and progressive, and we're proud of it. Reading and Bates, offshore drilling, pipeline construction, oil and gas exploration and production, coal mining.
Over the past 50 years, cars have changed, gasoline has changed, and a lot of people have changed to Skelly because one thing's never changed.
At Skelly, we've never stopped trying to please.
Even now, with supplies lower than usual, we're making every effort to get quality Skelly gasoline to you. Here, at today's Sign of Value.
At Skelly, we've never stopped trying to please. For 50 years, a welcome sign where we've never stopped trying to please.
Hello, my name is Sam Burns. I'm a General County Supervisor for a manufacturing company here in Tulsa, a 1971 graduate of Langston University. If you are interested in an institution of higher education, an institution rich with heritage and tradition, an institution that can prepare you for a brighter future, look to Langston University in Langston, Oklahoma, or the Langston University Urban Center, a step towards a better tomorrow.
Third quarter, and some of the young ladies of Florida there. I figured Glenn McReynolds would catch that on the sideline. Freddie Bickerstaff.
Some of our players want to stay down there, Chris. They were impressed with the good-looking women in Florida.
There's Mel Foles' friend, the Gator. I understand Mel kind of tangled with that Gator later in the game.
After that Gator right there, little Gator bait.
Yeah.
Those Foles got fired up, had our defense inspired. Stu Crum kicks off to start the second half deep in the end zone.
They said that Gator kind of had a little water pistol, was fooling around, squirting some of the players, and Mel didn't take to it, threw him off the sideline, and the Florida fans kind of got after you.
Florida fans got fired up. They only had 60,000, about 200 so fans. This is the biggest win before the largest number of fans in the history of Tulsa football.
Wow.
Lovey Smith and Charles Caulfield are making the tackle. Caulfield, number 47.
So you can see Florida comes out a little excited in the second half.
They're fired up here to start the second half. Get after him. Lovey Smith from the backside, number 4. We did a lot more stunning yesterday, Chris. Felt like we could give them some bad plays because, as Don mentioned, they're a young football team. Here's a big play in the game right here. Steve Cox recovering a fumble. We've got the ball now on their 33-yard line. Let's take it in for a touchdown.
Kenny Jackson, the quarterback. Quinn Jones, 33 in the backfield, along with Lacey, number 5.
Jack did a good job audibleizing the line of scrimmage. Used a little motion there in the second half to catch our defense off balance. Quinn picks up 9 yards.
Almost the same play here. Lacey, and almost the same results, another 9.
Well, Quinn's about 215 pounds, and Lacey's, I think, is about 210. They also get a roughing penalty right there after Lacey's been tackled. Guy takes a little swing at him, penalizes him half a distance to go.
First and goal at the Florida 7 for TU.
Ken Lacey again picking up short yardage. And here, sophomore quarterback Kenny Jackson sprints around his right end, takes it in for the touchdown. Old Jack told me his leg was hurting. He couldn't run too good, Chris, but he did a good job on this touchdown run.
Boy, he saw that end zone. The University of Tulsa.
Fine effort by a good athlete.
Tulsa goes up on top now. Boy, that had to quiet some of the 60,000 down.
That quieted them down a little bit. That was a big play in the ball game. As I mentioned, our defense gave the offense great field position, and we took it in to score. We played for the breaks, and when they come our way, we got to score.
33-yard drive, 5 plays for the University of Tulsa as Crum kicks it off.
I'll tell you, these Gators come right back now. They get really fired up. Stu Crum kicks the ball 9 yards deep in the end zone. Our special teams did an outstanding job yesterday kicking the football. Crum and Cook, and we did a good job covering. And, of course, Lacey does a great job here on the kickoff return in a minute. They've got some fine athletes. This is another freshman back who's going to be a fine football player. Lonnie Davis, number 40, and Captain Lovey Smith, number 4, make the tackle. Pretty good wind blowing yesterday, Chris. We took the wind to start the ball game.
Boy, that's a good hit.
Big hit by Tennant. Usually when somebody's getting a good hit, you look up, it'll probably be number 53.
The offense getting a little rest there as the defense doing the work. Guys got good feet. What happened? That's that self-tackleization problem there.
They're going to have to spend some of that money and buy them a new carpet down there, Chris.
Yeah.
The carpet was worn out. Here's about a 35-yard field goal into about a 15-mile-an-hour wind. It's good. Scores 10-3. Here is a big play. Florida's got the momentum. They kick the football off. They kick it away from Alvin Simpkins and Benny May. Let's just watch Lacey run.
Look at he's down. Nope. Look at that.
All over. You're getting a foot race with somebody like Ken Lacey, you're probably going to lose. Lacey runs a 4.5 40. We'll see a replay of this. Did a great job blocking, breaking tackles.
83 yards for the touchdown. Don, that been pretty exciting on the sideline watching that, wasn't it?
Definitely. I wanted to run down and kiss him after he got down there.
Just a great individual effort. We've got a lot of young players on our special teams right here.
Look at this. 2, 3 guys got him right there.
Breaks a tackle and gets in the foot race, and it's all over. I tell you, Lacey is going to be a great football player for us.
How big is he, Coach?
He weighs about 205 right now. Maybe a little bit heavy. We've been feeding him real good, Chris. But Ken Lacey works hard. As I mentioned, he's got a lot of character, he's got a lot of pride, and he's set some goals for himself, and we're all very, very pleased that he's doing a good job for us. You can see our special teams now are all fired up. All the young players.
Extra point by Stu Crum is good, and wow, that's a shocker there. 17-3, Tulsa.
There's Lacey. Dan Jacobson, number 62 there, a young lineman out of Chicago. Felt good being up 17-3. I had a good feeling there because our defense is playing good. The only way Florida's going to get back in the game is make some big plays.
3rd and 15 now for the Gators, trying to convert a first
screen
down.
pass, and we've been well drilled this week. You're going to see Don Blackman come over number 49, make the tackle there for about a 3-yard loss. Gators fired up.
Don Blackman, I'll tell you. Oh, Don, how many of the relatives were there?
About 16, 17.
That's our whole cheering section. They punted away, unable to move against that Tulsa defense again, 17-3. Tulsa leading at this point. Late in the third
They had a
quarter.
good kicking game themselves. Their punter averaged about 45 yards a kick yesterday. Chuck Simmons returns the ball, 15-yard pickup, and we're going to take it in here for the clinching field goal. That's Sherman Johnson, number 24, who played more yesterday than he has any time this season.
Big pass here.
Big pass. I tell you, it's a great catch by
Wow.
Reno Hutchins. Great catch by Reno.
37 yards on the reception.
Gave us great field position. Right here, Chris, we sort of took the attitude. I sort of took the attitude. There's Reno Hutchins, number 86, sophomore tight end or split end out of Longview. Reno got a little excited. We felt like right here a field goal is almost as good as a touchdown. We got the ball right in the middle of the uprights, and Stu Crum's going to come in and kick his second field goal of the day.
25-yard field goal attempt, and it's good. And now the University of Tulsa ends the third quarter with a 20-3 lead over Florida. We'll get right into fourth quarter action. The Gators 17 points down, and Coach, you just had a feeling it's a matter of holding on. This team can explode.
They can explode. They hit a long pass, and then we got a roughing the passer penalty, I think. But again, we had a good feeling, Chris, up 20-3. I felt like the only way they could get back in the game was to hit us with a home run pass or a long run. Of course, our defense is playing real sound right now.
Picked up 7 there, first and goal at the 8.
They brought in their passing quarterback, number 13, had not played in any of the ball games we had seen so far this year. Right here, our defense used up a lot of time on the clock. We made Florida take about 10 plays to score, and of course, right now the clock is the important thing in the ball game. Here's a fine pass. This is their All-American split end, Collinsworth. You can see he made a great catch, kept 1 foot in bounds. He's a fine football player.
Florida's first touchdown. The afternoon. Oh, Coach, look at all this.
Oh, I'll tell you, they were throwing everything at us there, Chris. Their fans are really something. They're throwing bottle caps on the field. I think some of the players got hit by bottles coming out of the stands.
Got a little excited. It's been a long season in Gainesville.
It's been a long season. I'll tell you, that's really made the victory that much sweeter. We muffed this kick. This is Benny May, number 44 there, and nobody feels worse about that than Benny does. Benny's a smart football player, and he'll work hard in practice and get much better doing this. We're real proud of our offensive team here. That Florida's really fired up. All the students are standing right now making all kind of noise, and when you play down there in Gator Alley, Don, well, it's some place to play, as you know. But our offensive team got the ball out, and Stu Crum got a 49-yard kick and gave our defense a little breathing room.
2nd and 7 now for the Gators.
That's a fine play by our secondary. I believe that's Caulfield. There's Coach Foles on the sideline. Isn't that Coach Foles?
I think so. Doing a little defensive meditation there. Praying. See this replay again of this fine secondary work.
That's Charles Caulfield, number 47. Kenny Strickland, 52, coming into the picture. Kenny played a fine game as a linebacker yesterday. Got a lot of pride.
Gators trying to get back in this one.
Get after him there, Robert Tennant. That's Tennant coming through on the stunt I told you Coach Foles and our defensive coaches put in this last week.
Loss of 4 there. 4th and 11. They're going to try everything here.
Big play by Eugene Williams. Eugene deflects a pass right here. Lonnie Davis is going to get him a touchdown. Number 40 breaking on the football. They tried everything, Chris. They tried a fake field goal and fake punt. Charlie Pell's trying to get them going.
The old Hurricane mascot even made the trip,
We took that mascot down. I tell you what, we had a lot of people down there making some noise.
I understand they called you the Eagles, right?
Called us the Golden Eagles and won't know where Tulsa was. And like Don said, they're going to beat us like hitting a gnat with a boat paddle. So I think all of our players held their head extremely high after the game was over. Steve Cox, number 58, putting good pressure on the quarterback. We played a lot more players yesterday on defense, which I think really helped us. Bob Laird got hurt in the ball game, got a bad back. I would expect Bob to be back this week, though, because he's a mentally and physically tough football player.
Well, I tell you, that is just about it right there at the end of the game.
Great field. I felt so good I had to run over there and shake hands with that visiting coach, tell him what a great team he's got.
Yeah, good character. Oh, yeah. There it is, the final score, and Tulsa's feeling good.
Feeling good. That's Matt Marshall. Matt got a knee injury yesterday, and I tell you, probably going to be lost for the season. That's Don Blackman. A little happy right now. Don's looking for some of his friends down there.
That's right. Say, I want to let you know where Tulsa is.
You want to stay out there and visit? They all of them ran in the dressing room.
That's right. A great win for the University of Tulsa. We're going to be back to wrap up that one and look ahead as a couple Valley teams come to Tulsa. And we'll be back with that in just a moment.
Do you own a Caterpillar machine? When you need service, a good place to go is Albert Equipment, your Eastern Oklahoma cat dealer. At Albert, you get experienced, trained servicemen, the finest facilities and equipment, either in our shop or in the field, plus genuine cat parts. Protect your machine investment by using the best cat dealer service. Next time, bring it to Albert at 42nd Place in Memorial.
Over the past 50 years, cars have changed, gasoline has changed, and a lot of people have changed to Skelly because one thing's never changed.
At Skelly, we never stop trying to please.
Even now, with supplies lower than usual, we're making every effort to get quality Skelly gasoline to you. Here, at today's Sign of Value.
At Skelly, we've never stopped trying to please. For 50 years, a welcome sign where we've never stopped trying to please.
Howdy, I'm Uncle Zeb. This is Antiques Incorporated Motor Car Museum in Muskogee. Come on, let's go down and see what's inside. These are just a few of over 60 of the world's finest automobiles. But there's more than automobiles at Antiques. There's motorbikes and all kinds of good stuff. There's all kinds of surprises at Antiques Incorporated Highway 62 in Muskogee. You'll like your visit.
You go to war against an army of grass and weeds. To win the battle, you need the ultimate weapon, a Weed Eater brand trimmer. It mows, trims, and edges quickly and safely with nylon line. And our tap-and-go head extends the cutting line with a simple tap. So look for the Weed Eater brand, the ultimate weapon for people with better things to do than their lawn.
Available at Ace Hardware, Bartlesville, The Outdoorsman in Wagner, and Andy Anderson in Tulsa.
Wrapping up the victory for the University of Tulsa, 20-10 over Florida. And again, Coach, statistically, TU did what they had to do. No mistakes.
Didn't turn the ball over, didn't make too many mistakes on either offense or defense. If you do that and don't have many penalties, you're going to have a chance in most ball games.
And the University of Tulsa defense is some kind of job. And so again to Don Blackman. And Don, had to be one of the biggest defensive games ever for TU.
Definitely. We enjoyed playing down there, and I think it was a good feeling going into the game because Florida didn't have the type of offense we'd been facing, so we figured we could shut them down.
Well, as Coach Cooper, we talked about this earlier, too. You know, you were so up for that game and a big game, big-name opponent. Now Wichita State comes to town, and Wichita State has struggled some this season. Don, is it going to be tougher to get ready for them?
I don't think so. Every year we play Wichita, they play us tough, and they've got a lot of players from Oklahoma, and I think it's going to, be a tough game this week.
Got to ask Quinn Jones about the offense of Tulsa, and really that's been the story of TU lately. Quinn, the offense has really come on.
Yes, they really have. I'm really proud of my offensive line. They really blocked hard and everything, and we finally reaching the peak of our ability.
Well, he knows what to say. Please the offensive line, Coach. He's a smart running back. What about Wichita State?
Well, as Don mentioned, Wichita State's got a lot of football players from Oklahoma. Mickey Collins is an outstanding football player, and their quarterback's from Muskogee. Prince Majunkins, I think his name is. And so they're going to come down here with smoke in their eyes, and they're going to play an inspired football game. But let me say this to our fans. We're going to practice hard this week. We're going to play good, too. So let's get out and back to Hurricane, and let's finish up on a winning note.
That's for sure. The fans need you out there. TU finishes up at home the last two games. Be with us. Thanks for joining us today.
Golden Hurricane Football has been brought to you today by Reading and Bates, the offshore drilling company, by the Bank of Oklahoma, by Antiques Incorporated, Highway 62 in Muskogee, by Albert Equipment, your Caterpillar dealer, and by Getty Refining and Marketing and your local Skelly dealer. Chris Lincoln's clothing provided by Ed Basheras. Coach Cooper's clothing provided by Harold's. Oklahoma football tonight at 6 here on Channel 8.